Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat. You're watching iGyaan, and today we're going to be unboxing and taking a first look at the new Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus. So let's quickly get started. Now, the Galaxy A8 Plus, which has been launched in India for a price of Rs 32,990, is going to go on sale starting the 20th of January at Amazon, and I'll leave a link to buy it in the description below if you guys are interested. Now, to start off, the box is very iconic with Samsung packaging. You do have a big A8 Plus in the front with metallic font, and you do have the price of 41,900. They're trying to make you feel better about the actual price of 32,990, which also seems a little bit high for the kind of specifications it has. We'll get into that in just a minute. On the back, you can see it's the 64GB variant. You do get an infinity display. Dual front cameras is what they're trying to use for the portrait mode for the front camera, and the device does have Samsung Pay. Some more information on the back, but let's quickly cut through the packaging and get inside the box. On the top, you can see that it still has the Indian SIM card lock, so you have to use your phone for up to 5 minutes with an Indian SIM card to unlock it for global use. Now, the first thing inside the box is another box which houses the SIM ejector tool, some basic documentation, and a case for the back of the phone, because the back does have a glass panel, so Samsung is trying to give you some sort of protection for the back. Next up inside the box is the phone itself. It's got a whole lot of plastic on it. I'm going to quickly get rid of all of that. Also inside the box is a fast adaptive charger, which is a Samsung specific charger designed to give you 9 volts with about 1.5 amps to give you fast charging. And then you also have a standard USB to USB-C cable, and you also have Samsung's in-ear earphones. They're not the best earphones, but they're not too shoddy for the kind of experience they offer, and being a freebie inside the box. That completes the unboxing experience. Let's take a look at the device itself. So the device is very iconic in terms of design. You have seen this in the past with devices like the Samsung S8 and the Note 8. So it's more or less a mixture of both of those things to give you an amalgamation of the design. So over at the front of the phone, you do get dual cameras this time around. On the right is a 16 megapixel camera with an f1.9 aperture and a 1 micron pixel size, whereas on the left is an 8 megapixel camera with the same f1.9 aperture but a 1.12 micron pixel size. So it does give you a wide angle lens along with live focus capabilities and a wide selfie. So all of those features are built into the front camera. As far as the display is concerned, on the A8 Plus you get a 6-inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display, giving you a resolution of 2220 by 1080 pixel, approximately 410 pixels per inch. Now the Android navigation buttons are on screen, so you don't have anything on the bottom chin, which is also minimal because this is a 18:9 display, and also on the edges of the display you can see that it's nicely curved. The display has a nice pop to it as well. It's got a nice color gamut, and that is pretty typical with Samsung AMOLED displays. So this is no less. It's a pretty fantastic display and you'll like it just out of the box. Now on the bottom of the Galaxy A8 Plus is the USB Type-C connector along with the main microphone, the 3.5mm headphone jack. Samsung has retained that. Hopefully they continue to do that with the S9, S9 Plus expected in a few months. You also see the antenna lines on the bottom, and on the right is the main power button and the speaker phone, which is a nice location for the speaker, especially if you're holding it in portrait or in landscape. It won't get muffled. On the top you can see the same antenna lines along with the secondary noise cancellation microphone. You can also see the SIM tray. This one takes in the SIM 2 along with the micro SD card, and if you turn over to the left you do have the volume buttons and the SIM 1 tray, which will take in your primary SIM card. Now over at the back, much like the Note 8, the S8, a really nice glass back. You can see this black color looks really premium. On the back is the main camera. Now the main camera is a 16 megapixel camera. It does have phase detect autofocus. It does have a 1.12 micron pixel size, an f1.7 aperture, and a really nice 78-degree field of view. You also have a bunch of shooting modes, which we will talk about in just a minute. Just below that is the fingerprint sensor, a much more better location, a much more ideal location than what we've seen in the past. Also a design implementation that we might see in the S9 with the fingerprint sensor being below the main camera. You can see the Samsung logo and the LED flash on the back and some markings at the bottom which are for legal things, and that's about it. Let's quickly boot up the device. You do get a few options in the beginning. There is also a face unlock option that you should set up when you're getting started. Now the phone does support Samsung Pay and it works really well in India, so if you do have one of the cards that work with Samsung Pay, you can get this started and install the app and get going. Now there are a few apps that are preloaded, including some Microsoft apps, the Opera Max browser. These things are preloaded and are not uninstallable, so you can disable them, but they still continue to take some of your storage. You do have your whole gamut of Samsung apps and Google apps already on the device, and you also have the radio application. Now the display also has a few modes, including a blue light filter. You can also go into the screen mode and customize the color. You can also go into advanced settings and manually adjust the red, green or blue according to your requirements. Now in advanced features, you also have things like Smart Stay, which will keep the screen on as long as you're looking at it. You also have some fingerprint sensor gestures, so you can pull down the notification panel with the fingerprint sensor without touching the screen, which is also nice. You also have some more advanced features which you can customize as per your requirements. If you go into device maintenance, if we jump into storage, you can see that right out of the box we get about 51 GB free. The good thing is that we do get a dedicated micro SD card slot. That means that we can add in up to 256 GB to store all the heavy things, but 51 GB of storage is pretty good out the boot. If we talk about some more specifications, the phone does have an Exynos 7885 chipset, which is an octa-core chipset with 2.2 GHz cores and 6 1.6 GHz cores. It's a different combination than what we are used to, and you do get 6 GB of RAM for the Galaxy A8 Plus, and like I said, this is the 64 GB variant. For battery, you do get a 3500 mAh battery, and it does support fast adaptive charging, with Samsung claiming a talk time of up to 23 hours. I'm not too sure if that's going to be true, but we're going to be testing that out. So the camera app is concerned, the camera looks really nice with the f1.7 aperture. You do have a few shooting modes on the left that you can customize: the auto mode, a full pro mode, a panorama mode, hyperlapse mode, and even a food shot that also works really well for portrait shots if you want to do that. Now the front camera does have the dual sensors, so it allows you to take some pictures with live focus, allowing you to blur out the background. Interestingly, the images come out really nice. Here's a quick sample that I captured while unboxing the device. It kind of looks really nice according to me. You also have some adjustments for beauty modes, including smoothness of the skin. I tend to leave this at 0 because I like it best when it looks more natural, but then people have their own customization needs. One disappointment that I have with the cameras is that both the front and the rear camera only capture full HD or full HD plus video at the most with 18:9 aspect ratio. At a price of about 33,000 rupees, the phone could at least capture 4K video with the front camera and the back camera, but it doesn't do that, and that is a limitation that Samsung seems to have added. You do have ample amounts of space. I would have liked to see 4K video, but we'll be testing out this camera in depth for the full review. So if you have any questions or queries regarding the camera, do drop them in the comment section below. Overall, the user interface seems fast and responsive, and it's typical Samsung fashion. On the left of the home screen is Bigsby. Thank God there is no dedicated Bigsby button this time around, so that is definitely a good thing. A really nice form factor. The back panel curves into the edges, much like several other Samsung devices, and the overall bezel-less look makes it look really nice and premium. So we're going to be testing this out in depth. If you have any questions, queries, like I mentioned, do drop them in the comment section below. If you want us to do a follow-up video with some questions that you have immediately, we can do that as well. So this was the Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus. Links to buying the device when it goes on sale on the 20th of January will be in the description below. Do check out more details on iGyaan.in. Catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and all the links to everything are in the description below. If you like this video, guys, don't forget to smash that like button and join Team iGyaan, because we have a whole host of giveaways coming up for you guys. So make sure you're subscribed, and until I see you next time, guys, this has been Bharat. Have a great day.